The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, this is TVWAN News. I'm Jasmine Irujak. In this edition, 2024 census year for PNG, Kuchenko clarified citizenship, and Palais aim high. To date, the Papua New Guinea government has conducted 4 censuses since 1980. The last census was in 2011. On Friday, after the 8th Public Service Dedication Service, Prime Minister James Marape said this year, 2024, is the year of census for PNG. For more than a decade since the last census was conducted, the size of Papua New Guinea's population is unknown. To date, PNG has conducted 4 censuses since 1980, 1990, 2000 and 2011. On Friday, January the 5th, Prime Minister Marape made several significant announcements, noting his government's plan for 2024. Amongst them, the urgent need to mobilize the country's youth for second chance learning, SME programs, and entrepreneurial activities and further studies overseas. Part of this mobilization of youth is to engage them to conduct a population enumeration.
So youths will be also mobilized to assist public servants to do our census and for population enumeration. It will not just be population enumeration. We will try to look deeper into the character of our populations and the various aspects of our country as a good quality census should do. And so the census will be retired this year so that we put a finger on the exact population in our country. And after this one, we will go into the LG elections.
Knowing the country's true number of residents is crucial to set the development goals for local governments and also for bilateral and aid partners. Prime Minister Marape says the Public Service Dedication Service held yesterday was the government's effort to rally all its members to work better in 2024.
We can't afford to have too many downtimes and rest times. We must get up, get go at the very earliest and work the most so that our people are assisted in the time and the quality of effort public servants, including us elected public servants, put into serving our country.
Prime Minister Marape encouraged public servants to carry out their duties with diligence and efficiency. Concerns have been raised about the huge imbalance in the number of school leavers and the spaces available at tertiary institutions following the selection of grade 12 students to higher learning institutions for the 2024 academic year. Prime Minister James Marape, in acknowledging these concerns, said his government has plans to address this issue, something that's faced year in, year out. After the Public Service Dedication Service yesterday, at the Sir John Guy Stadium, Prime Minister James Marape, in a media conference, stated plans to overcome the issue of spaces for students in higher education institutions. Marape was presented a report by the Minister for Dehurst, Don Pollier, and Acting Secretary for Dehurst, Father Jan Schuba, this week, and said they discussed about specific programs that can be introduced to provide grade 12 school leavers more opportunities apart from placements in universities and colleges in PNG.
We're taking stock of how many have been accepted. Traditionally, and for the last 20 years, if I'm not wrong, we only have about 6,000 to 10,000 spaces in our universities and colleges. Effectively, we've been producing about 19,000 grade 12 leavers. So we're looking into a specific program to ensure those that leave our schools with no placement are given some sort of post-grade 12 opportunities. That includes universities and college opportunities outside of PNG, Indonesia government, for instance, has offered us 2,000 spaces. Chinese government has offered us some space for study. Hungary president that visited us offered us 50 spaces. We're looking at the STEM program at USA, as well as work, short-term work, and linking and bridging to a study possibility in Australia and New Zealand.
He asked for all parents, especially grade 12 school leavers from the last few years, not to be discouraged and feel left out.
Don't be discouraged, don't lose hope, don't go to marijuana, smoke, and destroy yourself. The youth mobilization program is really intended to pick the young people amongst us to come back, and we'll try to link them to continuing education or SME or other programs.
He further elaborated that in reality, they have not expanded spaces in universities and colleges. Member for Moresby South Justin Kachenko has come out clear on the status of his citizenship, stating that he was granted citizenship back in 2003 and not 2023. In a statement released yesterday, Kachenko said he's a citizen by law and he should not be questioned about his citizenship. This is following the conclusion of an investigation by the Ombudsman Commission into allegations filed against him questioning the manner in which he was awarded citizenship. Member for Moresby South, Justin Kachenko, was responding to newspaper reports of him being granted citizenship just last year, 2023. He confirmed that the Chief Ombudsman, Richard Pagan, informed him in a letter dated December 28, 2023, that an investigation into allegations of him being unlawfully granted citizenship was closed. According to Pagan, the Citizenship Advisory Committee had granted Kachenko's citizenship in 2003 after he met all requirements and was eligible. Pagan explained that the investigation confirmed that the requirements specified under Section 67 of the Constitution as submitted in his application for citizenship was in order. According to Pagan, the Citizenship Advisory Committee had granted Kachenko's citizenship in 2003 after he met all requirements and was eligible. Pagan explained that the investigations confirmed that the requirements specified under Section 67 of the Constitution as submitted in his application for citizenship was in order. Pagan also confirmed that Kachenko had lived in the country for 9 years before applying for citizenship, and it was not until 2003 that his application was processed and granted. Kachenko said he had followed the laws of this country in applying for citizenship and it honestly. He said now that the Ombudsman Commission closed the allegations, he intends to continue providing leadership to his electorate and the people of PNG. Tracy Pa, TV1 News. Inmates of the Ningrum Correctional Service Institute in Kiunga, Western Province, concluded the year 2023 with a surprise visit from members of the Tabubi Lions Club who gifted them with food. The food was for the inmates to prepare and have while welcoming the new year. The institute, consisting of 57 males and 5 females from the Ningrum Correctional Service Institute in Kiunga, Western Province, ended the year 2023 with a surprising visit from Tabubi Lions Club. On December 31st, 2023, who presented them with food to eat while welcoming the year 2024. Tabubi Lions Club is a charity organization established in 1984 and has been in existence for over 40 years with the motto to serve. Club President Peter Bolly, while addressing the inmates, encouraged the prisoners to learn from their mistakes and make use of their time in jail to rehabilitate themselves and be better people. Acting Commanding Officer for Ningrum CIS Inspector Joshua Lage was grateful for the visit and donation. Meanwhile, one male inmate on behalf of the prisoners thanked the Tabubi Lions Club for the food and for bringing the Christmas and New Year spirit behind prison walls. Before the club members departed, they were presented with gifts by the inmates during morning tea, which included the cutting and sharing of a New Year cake. Tracy Pa, TV1 News. This is TV1 News. Stay tuned. We'll have news from abroad when we come back.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Lager, Bunyamyumi.
Open nets.
Hiya, Mama. You wait time, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic Kakaru, get up and big smile on face. Time for give chicken a great fumu too. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
St. John Ambulance, how can we help you?
Calls like these are a part of our day-to-day routine at St. John Ambulance.
Space, this is Alpha 130. We cannot locate the patient or the house.
Our crew is unable to locate you. Ma'am, I would like to send you a text which has a link that can help us find you.
Introducing the GoodSim application. When you click on the link, you give us permission to log into your location and get to you in time.
Confirmed of space. Alpha 130 has arrived on scene.
Superstition ain't the way.
Welcome back. Quick thinking cabin crew of the Japan Airlines flight managed to evacuate 367 passengers in 20 minutes. It's been reported that despite the potential for mass panic, the flight attendants urged everyone to cooperate and evacuate the plane without stopping to collect their carry-on luggage. They had everyone down the inflatable slides and off the plane within 8 minutes of the collision. Witnesses say just 10 minutes after the last person left the craft, it was engulfed in flames. One of the exits was engulfed in flames, so the passengers only had 3 means of escape instead of 4. Aviation experts have long warned that stopping to retrieve bags during an evacuation can be the difference between life and death. Far North Queensland's businesses are getting back to normal. All they need now is tourists. Travellers are being lured to the cyclone-ravaged region with the promise of cheap airfares and accommodation. As Queensland recovers from natural disasters at opposite ends of the state, the government's put a figure on the damage bill for the first time, at least $2 billion.
First, the devastation, now the help. The Premier and his entourage arrived with one key message.
Cairns and Port Douglas are open for business.
We are open for business here in Cairns and Port Douglas.
Our region is open.
3 weeks after Cyclone Jasper ravaged the region, the focus is on financial recovery.
Nearly 90% of businesses are open and ready to take visitors. What we need now is those visitors.
To help get them there, the Queensland and federal governments are subsidising cheap airfares and discounted accommodation. hoping to prevent further damage to an industry that's already lost $250 million.
We missed out on our peak season. We were looking at running into 100% occupancies just before Jasper and the flooding. That dropped away to 40s and 50% occupancies.
But with some major roads in the far north still cut, places like Cape Tribulation remain off limits.
We survive in this little community largely on tourism, and there have been no tourists here. The few that were here have very quickly left on boats, so the community is essentially ground to a standstill.
And in the state's southeast, where a tornado tore through buildings, businesses say they're on the brink. Mount Tambourine Gallery owner Pam Gill bought her own generator and says the government's offer of disaster loans is an insult.
Who wants to borrow more money? I mean, but that's not going to help anybody. It's just digging a bigger hole. That's not assistance.
At a call centre in Brisbane, the government's bolstered the number of staff processing emergency hardship grants. Nearly $11 million has been paid out to 61,000 people. But that's just a small part of the total bill.
The combined economic impact and the cost of recovery is $2 billion across the state. But these are very early days.
And as more damage is revealed, that figure's only going to rise.
A woman was pulled carefully from the rubble 72 hours after a series of powerful quakes started rattling Japan's western coast, while a man was found alive on Wednesday in a collapsed home in Suzu, one of the hardest hit cities in Ishikawa Prefecture. Despite rescue efforts, the death toll grew to at least 94 people on Friday, and the number of missing was lowered to 222 after it shot up the previous day. Ishikawa officials said 55 of those who died were in the city of Wajima and 23 were in Suzu, while the others were reported in 5 neighboring towns. More than 460 people have been injured, at least 24 seriously. The United States announced $100,000 in aid Friday, including blankets, water and medical supplies, and promised more help would come. Thousands of Japanese troops have joined the effort to reach the hardest hit spots on the Noto Peninsula, the center of the quake, connected by a narrow land strip to the rest of the main island of Honshu. Some of the last remaining glossy black cockatoos in northern New South Wales were under threat from the proposed housing development. That was until an unlikely friendship was forged between the developer and a local ecologist.
Balancing the demand for housing with the need to protect the environment can be a tough nut to crack. Carl Ferguson's land north of Grafton was his financial security.
Financially, when I needed more money, was to go ahead with the subdivision.
Neighbour and ecologist Victor Ostrowski was concerned about the glossy black cockatoos he'd seen there.
I was actually observing them when I saw the surveyor pegging the block out, so my heart sunk straight away. I knew exactly what was at stake.
Rather than pick up his protest placards, Victor knocked on Carl's door. Over time, Victor persuaded Carl to give first option on the land to a charity set up to buy and manage it as a conservation reserve.
Well, I would much rather try and save the habitat for the cockatoos instead of trying to make money.
We met under the prejudice of opposing wells. I'm surprised every day when I see how far we've come and how much closer we are to actually succeeding here.
The latest count of glossy black cockatoos revealed just 277 birds from southeast Queensland to eastern Victoria. 11 of those were seen on this 3-hectare site in the Clarence Valley. Environmentalists hope the collaboration that aims to secure this habitat will act as a model for others.
You know, the communities are starting to come together and actually look around and go, well, we need to save this block of land, the neighbour's block, because we want bush next to us, not a high-rise development.
Like birds of a feather, these neighbours now have a shared goal of protecting the environment.
You're watching TVWAN News. Sports is next. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Buying PNG made.
Number one supay like money belong all member is taplong pelatay mo time all lusim walk pinis. One time number one super retirement savings account. Mipla can invest him na growing money belong you. Now you can withdraw or kiss him money lo time you need him. All of him you lo make him money belong you stop long time more. Kind no same you kiss him money yet. That's all you know more work. Number one super retirement savings account. Come look in Mipla now lo save more.
Strong like you, smart like me. I hope they don't break. Now surely look his son. This is Relaxo. Strong plus shred. Should I try them on you?
No, please. I'll take them.
Relaxo. Very strong, lasts long.
Carrying cash around used to be an everyday nightmare. So much trouble, so much danger. Now, this worry is over thanks to Cellmoney. It's safe and quick. I simply visit the Cellmoney agent down the street to load my money into my Cellmoney wallet and send money to my family and friends. And best of all, it's free. These days, I don't have to join long queues, but use my Cellmoney to send money to my mother, who also uses Cellmoney. She gets an alert to let her know when the money is in. Saves time and makes it easier to send money without any fees, anytime, anywhere. With my Cellmoney wallet, I can easily buy my EasyPay without a hassle.
Showing his pace. Oh, Tui Mama. Oh, that's a fabulous drive from Aminyasi. Now the brake is on. Oh, this has to be a try, is it? It is a try. Oh, super stuff from Jules Favre.
And we're back. Dragon boating originated far from Tasmania, but the sport is proving popular in the state's north. The Deloraine Flames have been hitting the water for a decade, and the team's now attracting paddlers from far and wide.
Different ages, different backgrounds, but one common purpose.
The big thing in dragon boating is that everybody puts the paddle in at the same time, and that is an acquired taste for some people.
One. The Deloraine Flames was established a decade ago and is one of 7 dragon boat clubs in Tasmania. The team has about 20 members and attracts paddlers from across the region.
I call us a motley crew because we're just such a diverse bunch. Like our youngest member I think is 27 or 28, and I haven't asked how old the oldest ones are, but I think in their 70s.
The club has reintroduced Sharon Wagner to team sport.
We had our big regatta a couple of weeks ago, and that was my first event, my first competitive sporting event probably since primary school. So it was, yeah, a lot of fun.
On race days, the team needs 10 paddlers, a sweeper who steers the boat, and a drummer. And some unlikely types are drawn to the Flames.
The contrast, I guess, is just being stuck in a group but also enjoying it. Whereas if I'm in the bush, I don't really like being in a group.
For other paddlers, the charm is all about being on the water.
Oh, it's nice, especially on balmy evenings and things on the water here. It's very nice. It doesn't matter if it's salt water or fresh water. It's nice anywhere we go.
The Deloraine Flames have gone from strength to strength, and with energy and enthusiasm, they're hoping to stay on the water for years to come. Yay!
After a convincing performance at the recent Oceania Sevens Championships in Brisbane in November, followed by their silver medal feat at the 2023 Pacific Games in Solomon Islands, the PNG Women's Sevens team has now set its sight on the HSBC World Challenger Series in in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, next weekend. The PNG Palais left for Dubai today via Singapore to join the PNG men's sevens team, Puk Puks, who left on Friday.
The national women's sevens team PNG Palais flew out of the country today, beaming with confidence of competing well at the upcoming HSBC World Challenger Series in Dubai. The team's official farewell took place last night at the Sir Hubert Murray Stadium, attended by PNG RU CEO Silosin Droma, President Paul Sivi, and PNG RU patron and NCD Governor Powis Pakop. Before officiating at the main farewell program, Governor Pakop was also given the honor to officially open the newly completed gymnasium facility located at the ground level of the stadium, which will enhance PNG RU's high-performance programs.
The new year 2024.
In his opening remarks, Governor Pakop took time to reflect back on the Palais' incredible gold medal playoff against Fiji at the recent Pacific Games in Honiara, only to come out second best and settling for silver, adding they can take a lot of confidence from that to the World Challengers Series.
And your record in the recent Pacific Games in Honiara, Solomon Islands, I think we should take cue from that. We've been following you all, and to get that type of outcome against Fiji, even though it might be not the World Cup team or Olympic team, but it's still coming from Fiji. Of course, in the Pacific Games, they had to put their best team as well. All the countries put their best team. So we can take cue and encouragement and, confidence from that.
Pakop went on to remind the players to use this platform not only to showcase their talents, but also to promote the country at the global stage.
This platform is a great platform for you all, rugby players, men and women, but also it's a great platform to promote our country. And for me as governor of our city, putting that cap on, promote our city. And CDC and myself putting effort and making time, because I can see this is a great platform to promote, not just you all as an athlete, but also promote our city and our country.
PNG Palais coach Cecil Giovanni expressed great confidence in the team and the platform they have set for themselves in the region. They are now ready to compete at another level, which is the HSBC Challenger Series against some of the top-tier playing nations.
Good opportunity for us to go out and, like I said, really give it a good crack. We've set some high goals for ourselves. We've come off a decent Pacific game, so we've kept the core of that squad again, and we're looking forward to taking it up another notch. We've done really well in our own region. Now we're going to come up against teams of a similar standing, but in their own region as well. So it's going to be a different competition altogether. Slightly harder, but yeah, we're confident we'll give it a good shot. Yeah.
Devani said PNG is part of the outside 12 teams that are fighting for a place in the HSBC World Sevens for both the men and women, hence they are ready to give it a good crack. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
Captain of the PNG Palais, Maribiama, is confident of the girls' chances to compete against top-tier countries when they coverage in Dubai, United Arab Emirates next weekend. Video footage team farewell. Mary said coming off their silver medal win at the recent Pacific Games was a good platform for the girls to excel at the next level of sevens rugby. She said although it's been a short turnaround time for the team, with only 2 weeks to regroup and prepare for the trip, training has been tough and they are excited.
Since we came back from Honiara, we're pretty psyched for this tournament. We're looking forward for this tournament after winning the silver medal. To be honest, for us it was pretty tough coming in after the silver, winning the silver. We just had 2 weeks to train, but yeah, the 2 weeks was really hard for us, but we managed to push through. Yeah.
And now the regional forecast for the next 24 hours. Southern Momase and New Guinea Islands region, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Highlands region, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms with areas of rain. And that ends TV1 News. Thanks for watching. Bye now.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.